All right, it's me, the real one. This is not artificial intelligence. I am live. This was conducted, or this was prepared at, let's see what time is it? Let's see. Anyway, I believe it's somewhere close to 11 p.m. Today is March. Today, as we come to the close of the day, it was March 15th, 2025. I am a worker of light. So, what that means is that I'm an exposer of darkness. I allow light to shine. I allow light to shine on shadows. I expose jealousy, envy, animosity, all those dark, low things that some of us have inside, and we don't have balance with it. Everything has to have balance. Some things, some of those shadows, they're not there to help you. There's some things that you as a human being need to get rid of before you hurt somebody, or before those energies that are of disagreeable nature, nature that is not a benefit to you as a human being. Some things you have to let go of. And if you don't let it go, it'll kill you. There was a time, a script in that book by Bill, because that's what I call it, the book William wrote, on top of several other bigots and big shot folks that had it all together. Constantine and his followers. So, in that book, it does tell us that how can two walk together except they be agreed? It's a book in there by Amos. Amos was a prophet. They call him a minor prophet. I just call them prophets. Minor, major, all that technical stuff that intellectuals utilize to make themselves look like they're bigger than everybody else. Our professors, and as my grandmother would say, the educated. Them educated folks. But nothing can have total 100% union if there are hindrances there. Now, in that book by Bill, there's an area in one of those sheens, Ephesians, Colossians, Galatians, one of those, somewhere in there, it tells us that that individual named Paul or Saul came upon a situation. In that situation, a snake jumped on one of them guys, and he had to shake it off. And if you don't shake off some things, it'll kill you. Some things will destroy you. Yes, it will. And if you don't handle it, it'll catch up with you. And when it catch up with you, it'll kill you. So we all need to cast, C-A-S-T, cast some of these disagreeable emotions that we're spewing and projecting on other people. And it's coming from us. We need to stop doing that. You know, that's not going to help you in any kind of way. It's not. And the interesting thing about some things, nobody's coming down to tell you wrong. Nobody's going to come down and say, hey, don't do that. You're just going to keep going in cycles. Things called cycles. It means you're doing something that you actually think is a benefit. And you keep doing the same thing over and over. You keep talking about the same individual over and over. You keep projecting on the same human being over and over. You keep throwing shade on an individual over and over. Do you not know all that stuff that you're putting is going to come back at you? It's just like on a windy day. What's the most windiest month? On a windy day, you spit in the wind gonna blow it back at you. And so that's what's going to happen. Now, light exposes. You could pop the light on and you could see everything in that area where that bulb is shining. So if it's shining, then it's opening things up. It's showing. Well, that's what I do. I expose darkness, then I get rid of it. Face it and erase it. That was a little healing game that they played when I was involved with the church. First, you face the issue. Then you get rid of it. They called it face it and erase it. So, what would happen, let me share so you'll kind of know how they did that process. They actually had a deliverance team in the church. And the deliverance team exposed some of the things of a few human beings to themselves, because some of the things God shows them, everybody should not know everybody's business. Or now you got a bigger issue in the church. These people are actually learning about very private things about other individuals because they were facing it and erasing it. They faced it, then they erased it. And so that's the healing that came forth from those individuals. They weren't psychologists. They weren't doctors. But they're in there playing with people's personalities. That's what it is. They were playing with people personalities, and it still goes on today in the churches. Now you have probably some of them elite churches, the big ones. They probably got a real psychologist and real doctors in their church because they're of a higher class. See, you have classification of churches. See, pay attention to all this stuff that humans do and been doing throughout history. And always, when I was in church, I was the guy, the little kid, that would always ask why. Why is she behaving that way? I was the young guy. I didn't say a lot to people, but I always used to wonder. When I look at this, and I've done it too. I wonder, how does that exactly look with me jumping around when that energy hit me? And I'm not talking about the Holy Spirit. Some people say it's the Holy Spirit that makes you act like that. I tend to differ. I feel like light, in the light of the Creator, is not going to have me jumping around like that. Is that common sense? Is that logical? Does that even look decent and in order? And the Spirit has hit me, and I got a little cut where I can put a little dance in. I've done it. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying thousands of years, these soul churches, let's just put it like that, because that's where I was raised. I know about them, and when I look around society, and I know that you all's Jesus Christ is supposed to assist you guys with changing society. It's supposed to have an impact that souls will get saved because of what we're doing here. But yet, I see it that if El Bar Miriam, Elohim, was to come down, the one y'all call Jesus Christ, he would not be sitting in a church. No, he would not. Jesus Christ would not be coming to church tomorrow. And Jesus Christ is in this planet, even as we speak. Rapture. Why is that area dealing with the rapture in the Bible? There's the way that you guys been teaching it. Then there's the truth or the facts of this so-called rapture. We're going to be caught up to meet him in the air. But the prince power of the air has a name. And that word rapture, if you go to the etymology dictionary, that word rapture doesn't mean some of the things that many of you guys teach. If you found out that there are human beings being raptured every day, there are people leaving this planet every day. All I'm asking you to do, relook at that, what they call it, rapture, the catching away of the saints. I thought in order to be a saint, you have to die, correct? To be a saint, they raise you, and you're a saint now. You're no longer living. But people that are living a holy life, logically for Christ, They feel like they're pure because they've embraced that teaching that say once you give your life to Jesus Christ, you are a new creation. I agree. You are, because you're getting ready to do something a whole lot of human beings ain't doing. Because to be saved means you're going to be Christ-like. That's the way it was taught to me. But there are a lot of things that Christ did that they don't even teach you. What if you found out Christ was married? What if you found out that the secrets of Mary, y'all understand? There are secrets. Did you know that Jesus attended mystery schools? Do you not know that there's a whole life that humans know nothing about dealing with Yeshua? So things are nothing like you guys think it is. It's not. And ain't no lightning gonna strike me down. Ain't nothing coming out the sky to hit me upside the head. You know who gonna do all that? Another human being. Because God is not violent, like we've been taught. That individual that you guys believe in, there's something called righteousness, truth, facts,